This one's going to be kind of quick in general, but this is for the more meta tulpamancers, those of us that work on the magical side of things. We're going to talk about creation and destruction. In terms of creation and destruction, I don't really mean anything too creative or like a birthing process or whatever. Or by destruction, I don't really mean anything too violent. Basically, the meta side of tulpamancy, or the very very basic, most general sense of it, is creating a thought form, an energetic being for a specific task, and then once the task is over, you don't want to have that energetic form going around anymore, because it's like an unstructured, it's it's a being without a purpose. It's something that doesn't know what to do with itself anymore, and that's when you can run into the issues of it going rogue, let's say, and going off on its own. So when you create an energetic egregore, tulpa, thought form, whatever general term you want to use, to perform a specific task, like help you learn, help you to study for a class while you're in the class. Well, when the class is over, that tulpa should be destroyed. Or, whatever situation you can come up with. Drop some ideas in the comments. I can tell you if they're good, bad, whatnot, if they apply, if they don't. But anyway, so in terms of when you go into a ritualistic setting, into your temple, let's say, to create this energetic thought form, not I'm gonna give a little breadcrumbs tidbits here, but you're gonna need to have a vessel for a physical vessel to tie your tulpa to the physical plane, someplace to let it rest when it is not doing its job, because you're not gonna always be doing the you're not always going to be acting in accord with the mission of your tulpa or whatever, and it's got to rest once in a while because it will run out of energy and you're going to have to refeed it. So you are going to need a vessel for it, and so you have the vessel in the ritual space when you create the tulpa. But I'm getting kind of off topic here. Um, anyway, so you need to set a when you create it is the date that you create it. It's the date that you need it, and you declare what its intention is and all that stuff. And you need to have a date for its destruction. So you would phrase it, uh, you know, at, with in terms of creating the tulpa, egregore, thought form, what have you, in your ritual. You would possibly give it a name, tell it what its purpose is, and say that from this date you will complete this task, and then you will once you have done this task, you when the task is over, your existence will end on such and such a date. Now, the thing with that is you do have to follow through with holding a ritual to call the tulpa back from wherever it is, the tulpa, egregore, thought form, what have you, back from wherever it is, thank it for its service, and then to dismiss it. And this would have to, the destruction process would have to go with, really being able to sense and feel the energetic presence of the egregore, tulpa, thought form, and being able to interact with it to disperse it. It's an energetic mass in a way. Not only within your consciousness and your energy field, because that's where it came from, but it is now independent, and you have to take that energy and honor it for what its service was in being able to help you, and then destroy it. Now, you could destroy the physical vessel that you chose for it, which is why when I talk about physical vessels, I'm going to say don't do anything fancy or permanent or anything that you're not willing to destroy. Um, because the physical vessel itself is what ties it to the physical plane. And then when that physical vessel is destroyed, it no longer has an anchor. And then you disperse the energy through imagination, attention, and visualization. and bringing that energy back into yourself or dispersing it out into the universe. I would suggest bringing it back into yourself because then you're able to kind of control the energy and stuff. It's almost like has anybody ever played Metroid Prime, the Metroid Prime series? Where like at the end of Metroid Prime 2, when it looks like Dark Samus is destroyed, when it just poofs off into nothingness. Well, guess what? Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, it comes back, right? If so as that example would apply to our discussion here, what I'm talking about is doing something with that energy and not just letting it scatter everywhere. It's like you have a giant pile of dust and you push it all over the floor. That dust is still there, right? Your floor ain't clean, and I like things clean. So yeah, in terms of creation, you have to give it a specific purpose and a specific what do you call it, lifespan, from such and such a date to such and such a date. And just know that after that, because when you program it with that idea, with that intention of, oh hey, I have a month, I have like 2 months or whatever, the second that month or 2 months is up, it's going to be like, hey, I don't know what to do with myself now. Am I like free to go or something? And in terms of extending that, you would have to hold another ritual declaring, hey, I know that you were helping me. I'm going to be giving you some more energy. Let's reaffirm this agreement. It's like a contract, every 2 years you re-up on your cell phone contract or whatever. It's kind of the same thing, but like if you don't end your cell phone contract at the end of that 2-year agreement, it could just get automatically renewed, and then you're just going to keep getting deductions from your account with those automatic bill pays, and you're going to be like, oh, I forgot to cancel that. Does that make sense? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah, so I'm going to keep pumping out these videos on Tulpamancy, both from the psychological side and the meta side. I think I'm going to try to balance them with like psychological, then meta, then psychological, then meta. But it's really just whatever I get inspired to do on the day. So we'll figure this out. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments. Questions, comments, complaints, concerns, issues. I welcome all people from the meta side of things and the psychological side of things to check out any and all of my Tulpamancy videos to give me some feedback and whatnot. Even request different things, because like I said, I've been in this in the community of Tulpamancy and in the practice of the psychological Tulpamancy mainly, along with my little sprinkles of magic, because I can't do anything without magic anyway. Because I live and breathe it. Since November, and like I've been saying, I have practiced, paganism, occultism, and magic for over a decade now. So now I'm just kind of integrating the two. So yeah, in further videos, we are going to be getting into, let's see if I can just go off of my little list here so I can give you guys some ideas. So, what the, let's see, when you create a tulpa, we're talking about the appearance, offerings and giving energy, what mind voice is like, creating a sigil for your tulpa, talking about the vessels, that is more the meta side, but depending on how you want to play around with things, yeah. Visualization and imposition, wonderlanding or working in the inner landscape of your mind, and then personality development. Now, these are not all going to be in that order, mind you. This is just basically how it alphabetized them when I made all of my little title cards about 5 minutes ago. So yeah, let me know what you think. You guys can check out any of my other videos for workings with the Necronomicon, how to do the gate walking, general magic stuff. My theories of how magic works playlist is also there, and because I have the general magic playlist, my Necronomicon studies, the theories that make magic work. I have the Tulpamancy playlist that I am now building, and we also have some stuff on herbalism and working with the energetics and spirits of plants that my wifey's been doing and putting up on my channel. You can also check her channel out, which is Sacred Earth Guardians, and yeah, a lot of those videos with her stuff are going to be mirrored, but I'm pretty sure she's going to be pumping out some of her own content pretty soon, because I just schooled her on a bunch of YouTube stuff. I think she's still playing around with it upstairs. Everything fun always happens upstairs, but at least, hey, my books are here. Speaking of which, I have Magical Theater. which is on the psychology and energy of magic and how those two things interplay. I have Magical Mechanics, which is a more concise, digested version of my Theories of Magic playlist, which goes over what the rules are and the restrictions and limits of how magic works within our universe. I have the Guide to the Spheres and Beyond, which has a different cover now, which is about how to do the gate walking in the Simon Necronomicon, and it's not on me yet, but I just ordered it. I have Handy Sigil Magic, which is my own developed system of how to incorporate sigils with energetics and physical movement, relying on only your physicality, and your abilities to manipulate and call on celestial, elemental, and planetary energies to manifest things in your life through the sheer force of your brain, your body, and your will. So you can check all of those books out on Amazon. Several of them are Kindle books also, except for the Guide to the Spheres and Beyond, because that is a workbook. And Handy Sigil Magic also is a workbook, so I don't have that up on Kindle yet. Just saying. So yeah, I just went over all my stuff, and like, subscribe, give me some feedback. You guys can always email me at priestthenecro@gmail.com, and good hunting.